Hey folks, hello. What's up, my friends? Good evening. How are you guys doing today? Please drop a comment down below and let me know what stocks you want me to go over. It's a full house once again. Yes, you. Happy Tuesday. FOMC, yes. Paul is coming over tomorrow, yes. Hello, Alvaro. How are you today? I don't like rainy days. It's an ugly day here in the beautiful city of Charlotte. Yeah, it's rainy, cold. I am attending a MLS playoff game in 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. It's gonna be cold, so I prefer sunny days. Let's just put it that way. So you guys are already asking about Nokia. Yeah, let's go over it. Yeah, sure. Me either. It's been raining here all week. Yeah, it's an ugly day. In the markets, by the way, but also the weather is awful today here in Charlotte. Yeah. So Felicia, hello. Sui, Nancy, Alan, of course, always. I also want to review some of the call-outs that I shared with you guys today that I shared on both servers. On my Discord in English and also on Chris Saint's Discord. Yeah. We were very active today. I want to review that information. Tomorrow we have the Federal Open Market Committee of October. Some people are talking about a potential buy the rumor, sell the news. We'll see about that. Yeah, it's possible. The markets have been going up a lot. So yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Yeah, have an hour for you guys. Nice call on Intel. Yes. Yeah, that's a trade that I actually started yesterday. And I closed a couple of call options that I purchased yesterday at a profit. I sold Intel early. Busy week, Mr. Powell tomorrow. Yeah, sure, 100%. That's what is going on. So, guys, take a look at what happened today in the markets. It was an interesting day, needless to say. The Russell 2000 went down today 0.55%. Keep in mind, guys, that the markets already know that Powell is cutting rates tomorrow. The markets already know that. So that implies that it's already priced in. And what's the index out of all of the major indices that benefits the most from lower interest rates in the economy? It's the IWM. It is the Russell 2000. So could this be a leading indicator? The fact that the Russell 2000 started to pull back today ahead of the FOMC? Because again, guys, Powell cutting rates is super positive for small cap stocks or small cap companies. Let's just put it that way. And the Russell had a rough day, and I will show you the internal breadth inside the Russell 2000. So we'll leave this in the awareness category. The Nasdaq went up 0.80%, the S&P 500 went up 0.23%, and the Dow Jones went up 0.34%. Record close for the S&P 500, record close for the Nasdaq. So if you see the closing of the indices, it was a phenomenal day out there. Let's just put it that way. Okay, let's take a look underneath the surface. What happened here today, guys? Take a look. These are the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500. There are 11 sectors inside the S&P 500. You should already know that. Okay. Take a look at the sector that led the way today. Technology up 1%. Awesome. Followed by materials up 0.11%. So gold today had like some sort of a relief rally. Let's just put it that way. That could have helped a bit the materials sector. But take a look at the performance. XLB materials, this is the materials sector inside the S&P 500. This sector only went up today 0.11%. And take a look at consumer discretionary. So Amazon had like some sort of a front-running operation today into tomorrow's report. Consumer discretionary went up today 0.1%. It closed flat for the most part. Other than these three sectors, and I should say other than technology, the other sectors that trade inside the S&P 500 went down today. It was ugly, ugly, ugly. We only had today a few stocks doing the heavy lifting. Take a look at this. So let's take a look at the Nasdaq 100 technology. Did you guys know? I mean, the members of my Discord know this for sure, but maybe some of you guys don't know this. The Nasdaq 100 is an index, and it has an ETF. So the triple Q, or the Qs, as you guys often say, is an ETF that tracks the performance of the Nasdaq 100. So take a look at this. So the tech sector was the best performing sector today, but inside the Nasdaq 100, we had more stocks going down than stocks going up. This is very impressive, guys. Very, very impressive. So the weakness in the markets as a whole also affected the tech sector. But of course, with Microsoft and Nvidia going up, the tech sector ended up going up to the 1%. Unbelievable. So 68 stocks went down today in the Nasdaq 100. 33 stocks went up. Let's take a look at the Russell 2000 IWM. If you don't know what the Russell 2000 is, you should know. And that the IWM is the ETF of the Russell 2000. Take a look at the Russell 2000, small caps. 1,211 stocks going down and only 740 stocks going up. And again, guys, keep in mind that the markets already know that Powell is cutting rates tomorrow. He's very likely to commit to keep cutting rates. So once we get out of our way tomorrow's meeting, the other Federal Open Market Committee will be taking place in December. And the markets are already pricing in another rate cut. Take a look. So this is tomorrow's meeting. Look, 99%. So Powell is cutting rates tomorrow for sure. But take a look at the December 10th meeting. 91%. Yeah. So this is information that the markets already know. And if something is in the news, it's already in the price. The markets already know this, guys. So this is what really makes me curious. So if the index that benefits the most from lower rates in the economy is the IWM, why did it go down today? So this could be like some sort of a leading indicator that is warning us that maybe tomorrow, once Powell speaks, we could see, and I always speak in terms of probabilities and never in terms of certainty or certainties. Maybe tomorrow we could see a sell the news type of situation once Powell begins his press conference. And take a look at the S&P 500, the SPY. For those who doesn't know the S&P 500, 397 stocks going down and only 106 stocks going up. This was not a good day. And take a look at this. So this is a SPY. Take a look at a 4-hour chart of the SPY. Is there anything wrong with this tape? Nothing. Zero. This is a technical chart that is under the total and absolute control of buyers. No doubt about it. Above all the moving averages, the trend is your friend. We have a rising 5 DMA, 20 DMA, 50-day moving average, 100-day moving average. Take a look at these guys. This is something that I was talking about with the members of my Discord earlier on today. Take a look at this gap that we had from Friday leading into Monday's trading session. Take a look at this. So on Friday, the SPY made a brand new all-time highs at $678. And take a look at the gap up that we had on Monday. So yesterday we closed at a brand new all-time highs. And today, the SPY once again made a brand new all-time highs, $688. Take a look at the extension of the SPY relative to its 5-day moving average. This is something that I have never seen, guys. In my almost 9 years dealing with this business, never saw this. The SPY making a brand new all-time highs, which, I mean, I've seen How many all-time highs in 9 years? Plenty of them. But I don't remember, guys, having seen this before. A brand new all-time highs and then a big gap up. And I don't remember having seen the SPY trading above its 5-day moving average almost 1.50%. So this is very common in individual stocks. We can see it all of the time when a stock goes on a tear. So the stock can, remain for quite some time. 5, 6, 7% above its 5-day moving average. But in the case of the SPY, I never saw this before, guys. This is very, very, very impressive. Very impressive. Never saw this before. And keep in mind that this is a 5-day moving average in white. So this moving average is showing us the average price of the SPY during the last 5 trading sessions. So that implies that this moving average is very fast. This is a very fast moving average. And it is 1.50% below the current price of the SPY. Very impressive. This is very impressive. Yeah. Is this bearish? No. Can the 5 DMA act as a magnet and draw price into it? It will eventually happen. I don't think the SPY will remain 1.50% above its 5-day moving average for a long time. I mean, it could happen, you never know. But I would say that with a 98% likelihood, the SPY will end up looking for the 5 DMA. Either the 5 DMA catches up, so maybe the SPY goes, sideways for a few trading sessions, and the 5 DMA catches up. It's possible. Or this 5 DMA acts like a magnet and the SPY pays a visit down to this level, which as of now, we're talking about $678 pretty much. Just food for thought. Let's just put it that way. Okay. All right. So, do you think that we are in for some sort of a sell the news type of situation with Powell tomorrow? Do you think so? Or do you think that the SPY is going to be more off to the races once Powell speaks? What do you think? Let me know. Drop a comment down below. Let me know, guys. So let's go over today's call outs, guys. So this is Chris Saint's Discord. The first thing that as market participants, and I am talking directly to the newies out there, the first thing that any newbie out there has to be aware of is trading the tape, but always keep an eye on what the SPY is doing. That's why I use on a daily basis a pivot. I always specify a pivot to the members of my Discord and also to you guys. So this is Chris Saint's Discord. Take a look at what happened earlier on today. So 9:13 a.m. Take a look at what I said, guys, at this time. 9:13 a.m. And mind you, a bit before this, I warned the members of our Discord in English about $685. Take a look, guys. Wow. I've been posting a lot of information here. So take a look at this, guys. This is interesting stuff. Keep an eye on this. Since the markets went up a lot, or have been going up a lot during the last 2 trading sessions, I said earlier on today, what a tough tape to determine a pivot, guys. Look, let's say the bulls can keep going higher as long as they can sustain prices, or price, I should say, singular, above $685. Take a look at this level, guys. Keep an eye on this level, 685. So I said this at 8:45 a.m. to the members of our Discord, or my Discord in English. And then at 9:13 a.m., I warned my boys and girls of Chris Saint's gang about this level. Let's see if the bulls can sustain price above 685 at the open before trying to trade anything today. So this level was a key level, guys. So the idea of having a pivot from an intraday basis is knowing or having a high degree of certainty that the tape from an intraday perspective is under the control of buyers. That allows us to trade individual stocks with not being very afraid of maybe the rug being pulled out. That's the idea of using a pivot. So I said this I posted this information at 9:13 a.m. What was today's low, guys? Take a look. Let's pull up here the 1 day, 1 minute chart. What was today's low? How about 685? Take a look. This was today's low. I warned you guys on both servers, mine in English and Christian's as well, about 685. Look. So at 9:13 a.m., when I was posting this information on Christian's server, let's see the price that the SPY was trading at, guys, at 9:13 a.m. How about 687? $2 above 685. So you had this number available. Look, we almost saw a first test of 685. This was 685.13, first bounce. This test was at 9:53 a.m. First bounce, a retest of 685, and then the SPY was off to the races. Look, I know that some of you guys were able to take a trade to the upside with SPY calls, thanks to this information. Then we spoke about SoFi. This was a tough one, guys. Take a look. So this is Chris Saint's Discord. Look at this. So I told you, because SoFi, by the way, reported better than expected. It was a very good report. Very, very, very solid report from SoFi. So the stock started to sell off. Let me pull up here a 1 day, 1 minute chart on SoFi. Let's go see SoFi. Look. Take a look. Yeah, so the report came out way better than expected. And this stock usually sells off once they report. And I said, take a look at the time. Let me see if I can point out the time. Look, keeping an eye on SoFi at $28.50. Take a look at the time, guys. 9:45 a.m. Again, this is Chris Saint's server. Keeping an eye on SoFi at 28.50. Potential support, I said. And take a look at this, guys. Still waiting for 28.50 on SoFi, but take a look at the bounce. Take a look at today's low on SoFi, guys. 28.80. This was a heartbreaker. This was a heartbreaker. I know that some of you guys in Chris Saint's server purchased call options and some shares as well before the test of 28.50. But I said 28.50 and SoFi ended up bouncing off $28.80. Take a look at this. Unbelievable, guys. Oh, by the way, let me take a look at the time. So SoFi bounced off $28.80 at 10:40 a.m. At what time did I post this information, guys? Let me see. Let's go see. How about 9:45 a.m.? Look, 9:45 a.m. And take a look at the bounce that SoFi provided. And then, and I will still stay here in Chris and server. Yesterday we were talking about Intel. Who could follow this call out on Intel, guys? Look at this. This was yesterday at 10:27 a.m. I warned you guys about the 5-day moving average. Look, take a look at the bounce that Intel had off the 5-day moving average. Look at this. This is $37 and ish. James is saying, I got SoFi at that time at 28.88. I took a chance on one contract. I'm up $300. There you go, bro. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. It makes me really happy knowing that I can help you guys out. Yeah, with my call outs, which not all of them are winners, of course, because nobody is a genius in this business, but I would say that the vast majority of them are good call outs. In the case of Intel, let me see. Yeah, we've been talking about Intel for a few days. This was yesterday at 9:17 a.m., guys. I'm still keeping an eye on Intel, sustaining price above $38. Take a look at this, guys. I posted this information yesterday at 9:17 a.m. I told you, I am still keeping an eye on INTC Intel, sustaining price above $38. Look. And what happened with Intel? Let's go see. Let me pull up here a 5-day, 5-minute chart on Intel. INTC. Let's go see. Okay, 5-day, 5-minute. Wow, wow, guys, take a look at this. I cannot be making this up. Intel bounced off $38.23. I said, if Intel can sustain price above $38, what did I say that, guys? Because at that time, that level, $38, was coinciding with the 5-day moving average, which is a very important technical indicator that I use. I use the 5DMA, the 5-day moving average, in order to try to determine who is in control of minor time frames. The rest is history, guys. This stock was off to the races. I also got on SoFi, made $225. Awesome. Awesome. But take a look at this, guys. This was the best trade of the day. So now I am going to switch over my Discord. Today we took a blockbuster trade on UNH. And the members of my Discord know it. Take a look at this. UNH. So this is a channel that I use in my server in order to call out stocks and levels in the SPY. So this is all the stuff that I posted today, guys. Look, October 28th. So as soon as the trading session opened, and UNH also reported today, they reported better than expected, but it also, the stock also sold off at the open. And take a look at this, guys. I said at 9:36 a.m. Profit taking on UNH after having reported better than expected. Take a look at this, guys. Take a look at the time. 9:36 a.m. 360 is a level, $360 is a level that coincides with a rising 20-day moving average. Look at the time, 9:36 a.m. Then I said, if $360 is recaptured 9:44 a.m., keep an eye on the time, guys. Time sometimes is more important than price. If $360 is recaptured, the bulls can attempt a bounce off that level. 360. Okay, let's go see what happened here, guys. Let me pull up a 1-day, 1-minute of UNH. Look, this was a blockbuster trade. They actually got some shares of UNH, and I was able to profit off this trade. Take a look. So the stock collapsed at the open completely. It got annihilated at the open. And take a look at today's low, guys. $359. And the low was made at 9:45 a.m. $1 below the level that I pointed out in our Discord. $360. Let's go see. Look. I said, look, at 9:36 a.m., 9 minutes, guys, before UNH bottomed out today at $359, we were waiting for a potential bounce of $360. The rest is history, guys. Take a look at this trade. Take a look at this trade. So UNH bounced off $359. Come on, guys. $1. I mean, this was a, how much? This was almost a $10 bounce, guys. Yeah, this is a drop the mic moment. Yeah, it was a good day, guys. It was a good day. Yeah, for both servers. Yeah, for my boys and girls of Chris and Gang, but also for the members of our Discord. Yeah, good call outs. I'm happy. Not all of my call outs are successful ones, of course, but today most of them were. I mean, all of them actually. Intel, SoFi, UNH, the low in the SPY. What else do you want? What else do you want? I mean, come on. Let's give a round of applause to Alvaro. No, I'm kidding. Don't give me a round of applause. I'm joking. Okay, guys. So, what stocks are we reviewing today? Wow, I have a lot of requests here. Let me see. Okay. I mean, by the way, guys, keep in mind that tomorrow we have the Federal Open Market Committee, and some people are talking about a potential sell the news type of situation. And take a look at this. So tomorrow we have Microsoft, Google, and Meta reporting, right? If for any reason, guys, those three stocks go down tomorrow, regardless of their report, because I mean we've seen on many occasions companies reporting better than expected, and we see a negative reaction to the report, right? So, in other words, if those three stocks go down tomorrow, I mean, we have a few days of, some down sticks coming over. Yeah. So you have to keep in mind. You have to keep that in mind. And when I do technical analysis here for you, that has to do with regular market conditions. All right. Yeah. If we see a sell the news situation tomorrow with Powell, and if Google goes down with Microsoft and Meta and stuff like that, then that will likely affect most stocks out there. Yeah, that is something that is worth pointing out. So let's go over Google. Now let's start with Alphabet. This company is reporting tomorrow, and the expected move on Google. Let me pull it up here on Earnings Whispers. Let me see. So the expected move is 6.8%. So no one should be trading Google tomorrow, guys. And on top of that, I guess that most of you know that when the stock of a company is about to report, or when a company is about to report earnings, the stock of that company is affected by a very high implied volatility. So the implied volatility goes up. That implies that every single contract or options contract of that stock gets or becomes more expensive. That's why you should never gamble on earnings with neither calls or put options. This is super, super important. So the expected move for Google is 6.8%. That implies that Google could be going up or down tomorrow. Let me see. This would be something like how much? $21. So you shouldn't be trading Google tomorrow, guys. In other words, it is going up or down $21. If this company were not reporting tomorrow, I could tell you that the technical chart looks very good. The stock is in an uptrend, above a rising 5-day moving average, above the 20 DMA, 50 DMA, 100 DMA, 200 DMA. So from a strict technical standpoint, the risk seems to be to the upside here, putting aside the fact that Alphabet is reporting tomorrow. So don't do anything on Alphabet, of course. Yeah. Now, I haven't gone over Coinbase, but Coinbase report on Thursday, guys. So don't do anything on Coinbase either. Why would you trade, or why would you open a position of a stock that is about to report earnings? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you do it? And in the case of Coinbase, this is a very volatile stock, guys, when reporting earnings. It went down today 1.72%. It closed the trading session at $355. Take a look at this. And I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. This is a stock that usually goes down after reporting earnings. Usually. Yeah. The expected move is 9%. Go figure, guys. $9. So Coinbase could be going tomorrow either. No, they report on Thursday. This stock could be going either up or down. Go figure, guys. This is a $35 move. $35. Why would you be opening a position in Coinbase tomorrow? It doesn't make any sense. If this stock or if this company were not reporting on Thursday, I would tell you keep an eye on the 20-day moving average. It is starting to rise, and if this 20 DMA can act as support, maybe this technical short could be attracting buyers into it. A potential process of consolidation of Coinbase above this 20 DMA in pink, we're talking about $354, could be attracting buyers into this technical short. And if that is the case, we have a potential gap up to $373. So above $353, Coinbase could be going up. But it is reporting on Thursday, so you don't need to do anything in regard to Coinbase. I hope tomorrow I can get out of Coin. Then, yeah, of course, it is reporting. Take a look at the implied volatility, guys. 92%. 92%. No, this is not. My bad. No, this is not Coinbase. Let me pull it up. Coinbase. Let me see. 125%, guys. 125% is the implied volatility. So who in its right mind would be buying either calls or puts of Coinbase tomorrow or on Thursday? It doesn't make any sense. And mind you, guys, once a report or once an earnings report comes out, we have the phenomenon of the IV crush, the implied volatility crush. So most contracts end up losing value. It isn't worth it. Stay away from Coinbase. And if you like the stock, and I don't know if this stock goes down $35 after the report comes out, and if you like Coinbase, then you can buy the dip. Yeah, of course. So, don't do anything on Coinbase and Google. They are about to report their earnings. It just doesn't make any sense. Let's go over HIMS. HIMS and HERS. Right? Let me put up here HIMS. And by the way, guys, this stock could be affected. And they are about to report as well. Don't do anything. Guys, you need to understand this factor. Do not trade stocks that are about to report their earnings. Don't do it. So HIMS reports next week, I think on Monday, along with Palantir, by the way. Palantir reports on Monday. Yeah, the Messi of artificial intelligence, according to my friend and Ives. Our friend and Ives. Yeah, his friend of all of us. So HIMS reports on Monday. Why would you be trading HIMS here? Take a look at the implied volatility of HIMS. Let's go see. HIMS. And I can break it down from a technical standpoint. No worries, guys. But stay away from stocks of companies that are about to report their earnings. So the implied volatility for November 7th is 128%, guys. So if you buy any option on HIMS, guys, either a call or a put, you're paying an excessive price for that option. It doesn't make any sense, because then you will be negatively affected by the IV crush, unless you happen to be spot on the move. So say that you buy a call and HIMS goes up a lot, but you need that push to the upside to preferably exceed the expected move, so you can actually make a good profit out of the trade. And you have to be at the money, by the way. And most of you guys buy out of the money options. I don't know why, but you do it, despite the fact that you have a negative delta. Or not a negative delta, a delta that doesn't help you out. But well, I mean, so long story short, guys, you need to get these kind of aspects of the markets before trading options. You should get to know this. What is a good implied volatility? Usually, as a general rule of thumb, I don't trade options when the implied volatility is above 70%. That's like a personal rule. If you buy options on a stock which implied volatility is above 70%, I mean, you're being ripped off by the market maker. Yep. So, say that HIMS weren't reporting this upcoming Monday, I would keep an eye on the red line that you guys can see here. This is the 200, not the 100, the 200. This is the 200 DMA, the 200-day moving average, $46. This chart isn't looking good, guys. We have a downward sloping 20-day moving average. HIMS already lost the 100, the 50-day moving average. The 5 DMA, which is my favorite moving average out of the bunch, I would say, it is going down. This is not a good. This is not a positive signal from a short-term standpoint or from a minor time frame standpoint. The 5 DMA is going down $48. So I would say, guys, that if HIMS happens to break this 200-day moving average to the downside, I mean, this could be good night Irene for this stock. It would be under the total control of sellers, and lower prices could be on deck for HIMS. So not a good looking short. This could even be a short opportunity, guys, if 46 bucks is broken to the downside. And of course, if HIMS weren't reporting on this upcoming Monday. And if you wanted to maybe, I mean, there could be, I don't know, maybe a front-running trade here into the upcoming earnings report. So you need to wait until buyers show some sort of strength in minor timeframes. So say that this 5 DMA is recaptured at $48.50. Maybe a potential process of consolidation above $48.50 could be attracting buyers into this technical short. And maybe, I don't know, we have a potential gap to the upside above that 5 DMA up to the 50-day moving average at $51. But stay away from this stock, guys. It is reporting next Monday. And I think that Lilly reports, it's about to report, Lilly, I think. Isn't it? Let me see. Yeah, so maybe a better than expected report from Lilly could be a positive catalyst for HIMS. Yeah, so take a look. Lilly reports on Thursday, pre-market. This could be a positive catalyst for HIMS. So say that Lilly kills it, and everyone is taking the weight loss shot. So nobody wants to go to the gym anymore, and they want to be in shape. So say that Lilly says that the demand for these kind of drugs is super strong and stuff like that. That could benefit HIMS, because most of the revenue that HIMS makes comes from the sale of these kind of weight loss drugs. That could be a positive catalyst for HIMS, but it is reporting on Monday. So next, let me see. Nvidia reported with Palantir. Yeah, so the same thing goes for Palantir, guys. They are reporting on Monday. Sorry. So in a few days, take a look at this. So this is Nvidia brand new all-time highs. How higher can Nvidia go above $200, guys? Oh, by the way, this is the first company ever to reach a $5 trillion market cap. Yeah, this is the first $5 trillion market cap company in the world. So congrats to the Nvidia bulls. Unbelievable. Would I be chasing here Nvidia? No. I would wait for a pullback. 195 is a previous all-time highs, previous level of resistance. So this is a previous level of resistance that now could be acting as support, $195. Say that 195 breaks to the downside. I could be a buyer of Nvidia, paying a visit down to this rising 5 DMA, down to $188. So $188 is coinciding with the 5-day moving average. This 5-day moving average is also coinciding with the previous level of resistance back from early October. So you know the drill with Nvidia, guys. So I mean, all of these dips have ended up being bought up. So nothing new here. Nothing new to see in the case of Nvidia. I wouldn't be chasing it here. So how higher can Nvidia go? There's nothing more bullish, guys, than a stock trading at all-time highs. $205, $210. I don't know. You said the price you want. The short looks very bullish, and Nvidia can keep going up. Yeah, 195, 5 DMA, 188. Those are potential levels of support in case of a pullback, and don't chase it here, in my opinion. And this is not financial advice, by the way. In the case of Palantir, bro. So Palantir reports on Monday. I was listening to Mr. Karp today. So he was interviewed on CNBC, and he was with Jensen, and he sounded very optimistic, guys. He sounded very optimistic. Like AI, the demand for AI is absolutely insane, and the United States of America will be leading the world with our software, and we are better than anyone else in the world and stuff like that. he didn't sound like a guy that is concerned about the upcoming earnings report, by the way. Yeah. And you guys know Palantir, so the valuation is insane. The multiples that this stock is trading at are like super insane. So you guys know all of that. I don't need to go over that very specific detail about Palantir. But get these guys. Let's take a look at the expected move of Palantir, bro. Oh, by the way, a friend of mine gifted me with a original shirt of Palantir, guys, made in the USA. Yeah, I have my original Palantir shirt. Yeah, I will show you guys next Tuesday. Yeah. It's a very nice shirt, by the way. Yeah. So since I make fun of the stock, I was given that gift. So the expected move is 7%. 7%. This earnings report will not be for the faint of heart, guys. So a 7% expected move in the case of Palantir is implying, for the most part, for $15. Yeah, I have my original Palantir shirt. So, yeah, don't laugh at me. Come on. The shirt is gorgeous. I love it. Yeah. So, $15 is the expected move for Palantir. And take a look at the implied volatility, of course. Let's go see. Now that we are talking about the implied volatility, let's go see Palantir. And look. So, 90%. For this upcoming Friday, 64%. But of course, for the not for this Friday, but the Friday after that, it's 90%. Yeah, the markets are expecting a big move on Palantir coming up soon. So you shouldn't be trading Palantir, or if you have a winning position, I mean, you should be thinking about either selling covered calls, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you have a call option in which you're making a profit. Maybe you can do a poor man cover call, but do something. It's $15. Yeah. So from a strict technical standpoint, say that it pulls back, and if any of you wants to maybe, I don't know, give a try to some sort of a front running trade into next Monday's report, keep an eye on the 5 DMA, the 5-day moving average in white. It is rising. $185. Take a look at how $185 already acted as resistance on multiple occasions. So this is a previous level of resistance that could be potentially acting as support in case of being visited. Say that this 5 DMA breaks, I would keep an eye on the 20-day moving average at $180. The 20 DMA is starting to rise. By the way, Palantir made yesterday a brand new all-time high. This is a very good looking chart, guys. This is a very good looking chart. Under the total control of buyers, innocent until proven guilty. Let me take a look at the market structure of Palantir, bro. Palantir is the future. Is the future, bro. So let's go see. The market structure looks good. This is a market structure chart, by the way. So what you see on top is the demand, buyers, and at the bottom, supply, sellers. So ideally, we want to see the demand rising and the supply going down. The supply is actually going down and the demand is flat. It isn't going up. It isn't going down. So the supply is going down. So fewer sellers relative to buyers in minor timeframes. We can easily reconcile that market structure chart with this technical chart of Palantir, in which we can see that the stock is trading above all the moving averages. It's in an uptrend. So nothing to complain about Palantir, guys. Can we see a brand new all-time highs here before the earnings report comes out on Monday? Yeah. Palantir takes out $193. How higher can it go? Again, guys, as I just said, when a stock is trading at all-time highs, and if that all-time highs is taken out by buyers, you can set the price you want. 195, 200, I don't know, whatever. Something that caught my eye today was the fact that Mr. Corp was sounding very, very optimistic. I mean, he always does, right? And he speaks very fast. But today he was sounding very, can I say confident? about, the future of Palantir and artificial intelligence and stuff like that. So I don't know. Take it for what it's worth. It's Mr. Corp. Yeah. What else, guys? Let me see. We've reviewed some stocks here, and I have to go to a soccer game. What? We are 45 minutes in. Yeah. I know that most of you guys don't like soccer, and yeah, but we have the MLS here in the US, and we are in the midst of the playoffs. And once I get out of the game, I will be watching the World Series. Who was able to watch the 18 innings yesterday? I fell asleep. I fell asleep on the 14th. Wow, what a game, guys, yesterday between the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. And I am rooting for the Blue Jays. I got to be very honest with you guys. Yeah. I'm being honest, so. A la Madrid. There you go. Yeah. So. Sbux reporting, I think tomorrow. Let me see. Out of the 11th. Yeah, I was able to, stay awake until the 14th. Then I fell asleep, and then I then I woke up on the 17th, and I was like, oh my God, they're still playing the game. This is insane. Yeah, so whatever. Sbux down today 2% and closed the trading session at $85. Not a good looking chart, guys. Take a look. So why would anyone be interested in trading this stock? And again, guys, and this is something that the members of my Discord know very well, I don't like trading downtrending stocks. I just don't like it. So for the most part, guys, I would say that 95% of my trading occurs on uptrending stocks. So if I want to go long a stock, I want to do it on a stock that I can tell by taking a look at the technical chart that stock is under the control of buyers. So I don't argue usually with whoever is in control of a technical chart. So that implies that I am not shorting uptrending stocks. I don't like guessing I don't like guessing tops. You will never ever see me, guys, guessing a top. Like some people do this. They go to the SPY. Oh, the SPY is overbought. Take a look at the RSI. Oh, the RSI is very elevated, and the SPY, we have a big correction coming. I don't do this. This is a mistake. If you short uptrending stocks, you will be wrong minimum 8 out of 10 times. This is a very basic mistake that for the most part, newest make in the markets, trying to guess tops. But the opposite happens on the flip side, guys. Why do I say that? Because then, I never guess tops, but I never guess bottoms. So I don't know. Let me, what stock can I pull up? Maybe Target. I don't know. This is a stock that was looking very ugly recently. I mean, it is going up now, but say DraftKings. Take a look. Dkng. Who would be interested in trading this garbage? Oh, yeah, $31. The stock is oversold. Take a look at the RSI. Oh, 21 points in the 4 hour. We have a bounce coming. No, you don't know if there's a bounce coming. This is a technical chart that is absolutely broken, under the control of sellers. Why would anyone buy this stock? So I don't guess bottoms, but I don't guess tops either. In the case of, I'm circling back to Sbux, why would you be interested in trading Sbux? And it is reporting, so whatever. Let me tell you the expected move. So Sbux reports tomorrow after hours. Let's go see the expected move on Sbux, by the way. Oh, the other day I went to Boston, guys. I had to take a trip to Boston, and I did a live stream from a Sbux in Boston, and that was the first Sbux in many years that at least I visited in which the Wi-Fi was up and running. It was like mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing. Yeah. To the point that, I was able to actually do a live stream from that Starbucks. Somewhere in Boston, I don't know. I was like, wow, the Wi-Fi is back. This is great. So the expected move is 8.2%. So that implies that Mr. Starbucks, or Mrs. Starbucks, I should say, could be going either up or down $7. This is tomorrow after hours. So it is going to be, this company is going to be reporting along with, Microsoft and Alphabet and Meta. I don't know, maybe a very negative reaction to those earnings reports of the big tech stocks could be affecting the markets as a whole, including Starbucks. So it has a $7 expected move. Stay away from these guys. This is a very ugly looking short below the 200 DMA, 100 DMA. It's not a good looking short, so not a stock that is worth looking at, in my opinion. Yep. Netflix and Nflx. There you go. Let's go see Netflix. So, guys, I have a skin in the game here. Full disclosure. This is one of the exceptions to the rule. Finally, we got to the exception to the rule. So, in the case of Netflix, this is a very ugly looking short. I believe there's value in the company. This is a phenomenal company. They just reported better than expected, except aside from an issue with the Brazilian tax authorities. But other than that specific issue, the report was very good. This is a phenomenal company, a monopoly. This is a company that has no competitors. Zero. Who is competing against Netflix, guys? No one. A monopoly, a phenomenal company. I am in love with Netflix. So I have some skin in the game here, right? The short looks ugly. But the stock is at a very important technical level, guys. Maybe buyers are about to step in here. This could be also a candidate for some sort of a catch-up trade into the end of this year, because this is a big company that has been doing everything very well, and this stock is 18% of the highs. So maybe we could see a bit of a rotation in favor of Netflix into the end of the year. Some money coming out of maybe Nvidia, some money maybe coming out of Palantir, and the stocks, the big winners that we've had during this year. So I think this is a potential, let's say, candidate for a rotation into the end of the year, as I said. However, take a look. We have a decline in 5-day moving average. Not a good. This is not a good sign, of course. Take a look at how, guys. Finally, after many trading sessions, so the 5 DMA again, and this is a moving average that I use a lot, guys, a lot, because again, and as I just stated, it gives me an idea of who is in control of a stock in minor time frames. So Netflix lost the 5 DMA a few trading sessions ago. More specifically on October 21st. Look, the 5 DMA in white. It was lost, and we spent, or this stock spent, 5 trading sessions in a row without being able to close a trading session above the 5-day moving average. So finally, the bulls stepped in today in minor time frames, and they were able to recapture the 5 DMA. So that is like, some sort of a light at the end of the tunnel. But since there is a lot of technical damage, we need the bulls to show us more strength. So they also need to recapture this red line, which is the 200 DMA, the 200-day moving average, $1,120. Say that you see Netflix closing candles above not only the 5 DMA at $1,100, $1,100, but also the bulls being able to recapture this 200 DMA, this 200-day moving average at $1,120. So Netflix closing candles above $1,120 could be attracting buyers into this technical short. But stay away from Netflix below the 5 DMA. So below $1,100, $1,100, this stock is a no touch. But we'll see. Finally, buyers stepped in after 5 trading sessions in a row in minor timeframes. But we need to see more. So ideally, you want to go Netflix with this stock. I mean, still not a good looking chart, despite the fact that maybe buyers can recapture the 5 DMA. But if the 5 DMA and the 200 DMA, but if the 200 DMA happens, it will be recaptured. Maybe you can give it a shot. And let me show you something, guys. An anchor VWAP that comes from the April's low. I also use a lot of anchor VWAPs, anchored volume weighted average price lines. Let me show you. Take a look at this, guys. So this blue line is an AVWAP. So an anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from the lowest price that Netflix went down to in early April, or the April low for Netflix. So back in early April, this stock went down to $820 in the midst of a brutal, pullback for the markets as a whole. So the average market participant that started the position on Netflix way back then, in early April, has an average price of $1,155. So as of now, and since Netflix is trading below the level at which those traders are trapped at, that level or that anchor VWAP represents a potential level of overhead supply, because there are buyers trapped up there at $1,155. So if you start the position, say, above the 200 DMA, $1,120, you have to be aware of the fact that at $1,155, you have some buyers trapped waiting for you, waiting for the stock to go up there to decide whatever they will do. For the most part, guys, and as a general rule of thumb, when a buyer is trapped with a losing position, when the stock goes up, finally, or when the stock goes up and matches the average price of that market participant, the average reaction is selling out of it, closing that position and moving on to the next trade. So for Netflix, in order to look more constructive, we need this stock to trade above that level, that anchor VWAP that comes from the April low, $1,155. That would be positive, or more positive than recapturing the 200 DMA. So a no touch below $1,120, and if you happen to start a trade above that level, keep an eye on $1,155 because we have some buyers trapped at that level. Let's take a look at the market structure of Netflix, Nflx. Let's go see Nflx. What do we see here? Let's go see. Oh, sorry guys, I need to charge my phone. So I'm about to head to the stadium. Look, the supply is starting to go down. So the stock recaptured today the 5-day moving average, and the supply is starting to go down. So this could be signaling that maybe we have a bit of a seller's exhaustion in minor time frames. But the market structure sure doesn't look good either, right? So we need to see the demand going up or rising, which isn't the case, but at least the supply is going down. So maybe, yeah, sellers are maybe feeling a bit exhausted as of now. And the stock is 20% of the highs. There you go. Thanks for covering Netflix, of course. Yeah, sure. 100%. 59 minutes in. So let me see. We've reviewed a bunch of stocks here today. I already reviewed the DraftKings, Lely. So yeah, I already did. Stay away from DraftKings. Yeah, GLD. That's a good one. Yeah, let's go over gold. Guys, so This will be an interesting one tomorrow. Why is it? Because of the Federal Open Market Committee. So, if Powell, we already know that he's cutting rates tomorrow, but if he confirms the next rate cut, which he's very likely to do, so the second rate cut, so tomorrow and then on December, which would be the third rate cut during this year, if he confirms that rate cut and he sounds very dovish, that will likely have a very negative effect on the US dollar, the Dixie. This gentleman right here. Look, this is the US dollar. Look. Take a look at this technical chart. It is starting to look a bit better in minor time frames, but I think that if Powell is very dovish tomorrow, and that is likely the case because supposedly the jobs market is getting weaker and we need to avoid a recession because no recession is allowed in the US, whatever. So if that is the case, that is very likely to put a lot of downwards pressure over the US dollar, the Dixie, and you guys know that GLD and gold and precious metals, and for that matter, are inversely correlated relative to the US dollar. So Powell comes out tomorrow very dovish, confirming the next rate cut and saying that he's concerned about the labor market because it is getting weaker and we need to, and they have a dual mandate, but now the side of the mandate that is in jeopardy is the employment, whatever bullshit he says. If that is the case, the Dixie is likely going down, and that is going to help gold from a mechanical standpoint. So if that is the case, guys, we have a potential gap up to the 20 and the 5 DMA. 20-day moving average and the 5 DMA, $373. I am expecting, guys, and I don't know if that can maybe happen tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe Powell surprises everyone and he is hawkish. And he says that inflation isn't going down as much as he wants and that maybe that they will be data dependent for the December meeting or something like that. If that is the case, guys, I'm still curious about a potential test of the rising 50-day moving average at $348. I think that the likelihood for this dip on gold to be bought up is very high. It's not a luck, and I never speak in absolute terms, but I think this dip gets bought up. And if we happen to see a test of the 50-day moving average at $348, I am likely a buyer, guys, of GLD. Yeah. But if Powell is dovish tomorrow, as we all are expecting him to be, we shouldn't see a test of this 50 DMA, guys. And if, for any reason, GLD takes out the 20-day moving average in pink and the 5 DMA in white, so say that we see GLD trading above $374, gold could be off to the races, guys. Yeah. Stay away from DraftKings. Lely, there's nothing positive to say here. Yeah, too much competition. The stock looks ugly under the total control of sellers. So hopefully you don't have a position on DraftKings. If you happen to have a position on DraftKings, I don't have good news for you. This technical short is absolutely broken. Below the 5 DMA, below a declining 20-day moving average, below the 200, 50-day moving average, 100 DMA. This stock is an absolute no-touch below the 20 DMA, at least $34. Just stay away from this. This is garbage. I do have a big position. Oh, my God. I mean, if that big position is on call options, you are in trouble. Yeah. If you have shares, I don't know, maybe you like the company and you believe that there's value in the company. But be careful, this technical short is absolutely broken. So the net aggregate opinion of the markets is letting you know that negative things are coming up for DraftKings. Yeah. Sure. Guys, unfortunately, I have to go. It's been an hour and 5 minutes. And again, as I just told you, I have to go to the stadium here in Charlotte. I need to attend a soccer game. Yeah. the playoffs of the MLS. And it's an hour, so I do as much as I can. So thank you very much for coming over. Let's go Blue Jays. And that's it, guys. Yeah. I will see you guys in Discord tomorrow. Oh, by the way, how many of you are attending Christian's meeting in Dallas? I am going to Dallas. Yeah, I'm headed to Texas. So if any of you is going, we'll be getting together. Yeah. So the meeting is on the 10th, right? 10th and 11th. Yeah, I'm flying to Dallas on the 10th. So, yeah, I guess I will be meeting. I will be getting together with some of you guys. Sure. I am going to the meeting. LA Dodgers. Nah, come on. Let's go Blue Jays. Take care, guys. Love you. Take care. Let's see what happens with Powell tomorrow. Maybe ideally, we want to see a sell the news. These markets trading at all-time highs and melting up all day long. This is not a traded tape. So, yeah, I am rooting for a pullback. Hopefully, we can get one. Yeah. Take care, guys. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.